Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another guide for Conan Exiles. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you all of the pet locations in Conan Exiles and where to find them. So if you folks enjoy this video, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video description as well as in a pinned comment from myself. So before I get into this, I am going to say that this is going to be a fairly longish video and I will cover all of the pets that are currently in the game. So obviously for this, you need to know that there are 3 tiers of pets. There are the tier 1, which would be your fawns, hyenas, ostrich, and shellback. Your tier 2, which would be the croc, panther, the wolf, the leopard, tiger, and boar. And obviously your tier 3, which would be the elephant, rhino, and the frostwolf. I will also cover the pets that you can buy from the different vendors around the game, as well as the dungeon pets that you can get from the Midnight Grove. Nearly forgot what it was called. I will show you where to find them. And so first things first, I'm going to start off with the tier 1. Now over here at the newbie area you can find pretty much most of the tier 1 creatures. And so right where I set up my base, and I will obviously show you the locations for these creatures on the map. Over here we should be able to find the shellbacks. Obviously we've got a bit of a NPC fighting the shellbacks, but that's not what we're here for. So you'll see nests with eggs, and around them you should be able to see shellbacks or baby shellbacks. Just go up to it, press E, pick it up. It should be in your inventory. Now you can find them all around this area, pretty much. Very common creatures, and they weigh around 50 pounds. Next up will be the fawn, which is right over there. So you saw where I am located on the map. Now this is a spot I know that has a fawn almost every time. Oh, there it is. Once again, just walk up to it, E, pick it up, done. So far we got the shellback and we've got the fawn. Next up we're going to be doing the hyenas. Now there are 2 types of hyenas, and obviously we still have the ostrich to do. So all in this area we can find the hyenas and ostrich. So this is the bridge, the broken bridge. So you can go up this way if you want. I'm going to show you 2 paths. This is actually the best place to find the hyenas and the ostrich. So this is a bridge right there. And basically just go up this path. I'm going to show you the path that I'm going to follow to find them. Now sometimes you will get both spotted and striped hyenas in this area. I am going to get some food though, just in case I need it. My HP is down. This is one of these bugs that happens quite often in the game. So just go up this path. It's a bit laggy at the moment. The server's not running all that well for some odd reason. Something to do with another update. It always does this for a while. There's a little thing over here that you can interact and you get a bit of a story. And as you can see, there's also quite a bit of server lag right there. So this is going to make things a bit more fun. Just go this way and you will start to see a tree. Next to the tree you will see hyenas. Now around there you will find hyenas. Now primarily there will be striped hyenas, but you can from time to time find a spotted hyena. If we don't find a spotted hyena here, I will show you another location where we can certainly find spotted hyenas. So around here, just wait for things to load in, we should have some hyenas right next to that tree right there. There we go. So that's a pack of 3 hyenas. Now we're going to go to the left. I'm just going to have a look around. Now sometimes I do wander about. It does depend if other players have been here before you. They will wander about. So around here we should start seeing some baby hyenas, which I seem to be unable to find. Ah, there it is.
construction of the bridge.
So that was the striped hyena. You can go look up there if you want. Sometimes you will find babies up here, but very rarely. It'll be the hyena that wanders up here, the little baby hyena that I picked up. It will sometimes wander up here, so do bear that in mind as well. So next up, we're going to do the ostriches and the spotted hyena. So in front of us, another baby hyena right there. We're not going to pick that up. That is a striped hyena. Now obviously for this I am going to be using God mode, the no sprint cost, and the cloak, because I don't want to be fighting all these things. Now of course scattered around here you will see nests with eggs. Don't bother with them unless you really want them for food. The eggs are just that, eggs. So sometimes around here I've seen a spotted hyena instead of a striped one, but this time around turns out to be a striped one. So just keep going up, and right there in front of me we should see 2 ostriches. Now this is a location I know for ostriches for sure. There might be some more, and if at any point through this video you know of any other spots that spawn these creatures which I'm about to show you, please share it down below in a comment. This video is designed to help people find the things that they want. So we've got all of the stuff with the exception for the spotted hyena. Now another way up is from here, so you can always come up from this path. It'll lead you right up to where we are now. Just let me get my bearings for a tad bit. So this is what the environment looks like. We'll just go up this path and we should get to where we were before. So there are 2 ways of getting there. Obviously the first one, you will encounter more hyena babies, so you can pick those up. Do bear in mind, as I said, they are heavy. All of the babies weigh 50 pounds. So there's a baby hyena right there. And somewhere on our right side, we should see the path that we went up a while ago. And it should be right there. There we are. Okay, so we're back where the fawn was, and over here we have several hyenas eating a carcass, and right here we have the spotted hyena. So this would be your tier 1 creatures. Now next up we will do the tier 2 creatures. So down there is where we picked up the fawn. As you can see, there's another hyena pup wandering down there, so they do wander quite a bit. Do bear that in mind. And so this is where I came up right here. Next up, we're going to be doing the tier 2 creatures. These are a bit scattered about. So first off, we're going to go with the crocodile. You can find baby crocodiles all around with the same area with the shellbacks, but there is a certain spot that I know spawns them for sure. So this is where the crocodile boss can be found. Over here is his chest. I don't think I have a key, but yeah. So I don't have a skeleton key, but this also has a crocodile boss over here. As you can see, we've got 3 little crocs. Pick one up. You know you're in the right place because there's this carcass right here. Obviously, you'll also have the big crocodile to deal with, or the parent crocodile, and do bear in mind that there is also a boss here. So I'm just gonna try and sort these out into tiers. So that means I need to do a bit of cleaning in my inventory. So I'm gonna put the shell back there, the fawn, hyena, and then we have another hyena there, and so the ostrich. So that'll be your tier 1 creatures. Tier 2 right here, and as you can see, they all weigh 50 pounds. They do have a spoil timer. Now I do have increased spoil timers, meaning that it takes longer for stuff to spoil, but normally it is 24 hours for the creatures. If you don't put them in a pen, they will die and you will end up with a carcass. The next creature that we're going to go for would be the panther. You can find them in this area right here, and you kind of go in this way. There's a little cave there. It'll bring you up here. There's some stairs, and then all throughout this area you can find baby panthers. Now I'm going to go to a location that I know I always find a baby panther. I'm just going to wait for things to load in. So as you can see, we've got the parent panthers right there. Obviously, for those that are fairly new to the game, all of the creatures here will be, of course, aggressive. So let me just get my bearings. So now normally around this area there tends to be a baby panther cub. So as you can see, things are a bit derpy and laggy. Nothing I can do about that. So they do sometimes wander down this way, do bear that in mind. They can be a bit difficult to see because the grass is fairly tall. We're not in a desert anymore, so there we go. There's one in front of us. Once again, pick it up. There's another one right there. And as you can see, they are kind of heading into that direction that I showed you before. So down there, you can also find lots of metal, or a decent amount of metal anyways. This is a good place to come and farm metal and silver as well. Particularly silver. So that is the location over here. The next creature that we're going to be going for would be the wolves and the jaguars, or leopard actually. So over here we've got the leopard. This is the spot that I know spawns the baby leopards for sure, and I discovered this one when I did the Sand Reaper Queen. So we'll wait for things to load in, and there we go. We've got two little leopards. We'll pick one of these up. It's actually a jaguar. Ha! I called it a leopard. Never mind. My mistake. But yes, there are two jags right here. We're going to go up north. There is a spot over here that spawns a tier 2 creature. That would be the tiger. But we'll do that as a last thing because that also has tier 3 creatures, which I'm sure most people will be interested in. It also has a little nice treat there that I'm going to show you. For those that don't know. So we're going to go for the wolves. These are the normal wolves. Now this is one area that does spawn a wolf pup. Sometimes it can be difficult to see. This is where I found wolf pups on occasions. As I said before, with the jaguars, they can be hard to spot. They do camouflage, and sometimes they do wander away quite far if left. So we'll have a look here. If not, I will show you another location. I'm actually going to show 3 locations for the wolves. They can be scattered about with regards to the little wolf pups. So for the purposes of this, I decided to get some flights. Now this is one location that will have the wolf pups right there. This is the bridge or aqueduct. I think it's an aqueduct anyways. We've got the wolf there eating something, and we've got the little pup right here. Come on, I want to pick you up. So there we go. Wolf cub, pup, whatever. Anywho, as you can see, we've got the parent eating there. Now I'm going to show you on the map the 3 locations that I have found wolves in the past. So one is right here where I am. The other one is right there. Now I don't know if that's a one that was wandering from further up north, and one up here. So that's the 3 locations I normally tend to go looking for wolves. Next up, we'll do the boar. The boar is, of course, a tier 2 as well. Oh, there we go. That was quite lucky. So we've got a little piglet right here. This is currently my location. Now there is generally about 2 that spawn here. Let's see if we can find the other one. There we go. He's quite well hidden in the grass right there. That's about it for this location specifically. So next up we will do the tiger. So let me just kind of sort this out to show you what I've got. And that is for the little piglet right there. Obviously, all of the creatures will eat different things. Now we're going to go and do the tigers. The tigers, again, do wander quite a bit, the little tiger cubs. One spot that I found is near a cliff. Let me just get my bearings. Okay. So it's kind of in that direction. Okay, things should have loaded in. So I do often find them on this little area in front of me. Wandering next to the cliff. So I found them, I think, on 3-4 occasions. Sometimes they do end up on the top of the cliff. So where this tiger is, I found cubs in the past. I don't know if I'll find one now. You might want to also look at the top of this cliff. Sometimes they can be found up there. I have found them there as well. And I think it's all to do with how they wander. It also depends how long you've been in the area and what you've been doing. If you've been here for a while, there is every chance of them wandering up here. Now, of course, this time around, because I spawned in and there have been no other players on the server, there's a very unlikely chance that I will find a tiger cub up here, but just to show you the location. If not, I will show you another location. That's alright. We'll do that. So I'm just going to go down here. So as you go towards the watering hole, there is like a little pond. You will see a carcass at some point. Just trying to get my bearings because things do look very similar in the start. There we go. That's where I want to go. So there's a elephant carcass, I think, or a rhino carcass. It's a carcass, and normally you'll find cubs right here. So I've got 3 of them. I'll pick one of these guys up. And yeah, so if you want to pick these guys up, feel free. Do bear in mind, we've got a little tiger here eating a rhino. Yeah, so the tiger seems to be enjoying its meal. Now, next to this, so I'll kind of show you what I've got in my inventory. So this is the tiger cub. Now, there's a little thing that I think makes a reference to the Lion King. At least that's what it looks like to me. So I'm going to show you it because I'm in this area anyways. So this to me really looks like Pride Rock from the Lion King. I do absolutely love the Lion King. It is a great cartoon. I think it's one of Disney's best and greatest masterpieces. But yeah, that looks to me like Pride Rock, or inspired off of Pride Rock. And over here we have a lion. Now this is a mini boss. Let me just punch it out a bit. There we go. Next to Pride Rock, we do also have a little pond right there. This is where you will find the rhinos, and not far from here you'll find the elephants. So we've got some rhinos right there. We've got one right here. We'll pick this guy up. And not far from here, as you can see, we've got an elephant with an elephant calf. Well, actually 2. There we go. So we've got elephants and rhinos and tigers all in the same place. It does not make any sense to me how the character is able to pick up such a large and heavy creature. But I guess he works out quite a bit. It must be all that fighting that he does. He must be well built, because I couldn't pick up something like that. So yeah, this is kind of where the watering hole is. This is where Pride Rock is. And so they're all kind of in the same area. Next up, we will do the Frostwolf. And there is only one location, to my knowledge, that I know of, personally, that spawns them. So this is where we got the boar. Right here, there's a little cave. As you can see, there's a dot. And this is where you will find the Frostwolf. This is another tier 3 creature. So the elephant, rhino, and Frostwolf are all tier 3s. These wolves out here don't really matter. This is where the Frostwolf is. Now, they will be in the cave. There is normally 2. But if you go in the cave, you will meet this creature right here, which is a mini boss. There's another little Frostwolf pup. We can always pick that guy up. I just want to punch this guy to show you. There we go. So if you want to fight this guy, feel free to do so. I'd probably pick up the pups before that, because they will run away and finding them will be a pain. So these wolves are just normal wolves. So we'll just put this out of here because we don't want to collect all of these creatures. So there we go. Next up, I'm going to be doing the vendors that sell the pets. One of them will be right here in the den. Actually, there's 2 of them, and I have marked them out. I will show you both of them and how to get to them. Also, do bear in mind that apart from the vendors, everything here in the den is, of course, hostile. So you will have to fight your way through. So we'll go up this scaffolding right here. Let me just get some coinage. I will spawn in some coins once things start to work. That'd be nice. So obviously all of the vendors will want gold for the pets. So I'll just spawn in 100 gold coins. That should suffice. It's probably a bit too much for what we need. There's only 5 vendors anyways in the game. So I could have gone for 50. So there's a chest there if you want to loot it. So we've got Shauna the Savage, or the Strange actually. Shauna the Strange. She sells the rock nose eggs. Next up, we will have Uruk, which does the camels. If you ever wanted a camel in this game, seeing as most of it takes place in the desert, I will show you where Uruk can be found. So from Shauna, just go down, follow the path that I'm taking. So we'll go through this makeshift gate. Then we will take a right, and we'll just follow this right around until we get to like a little bridge, and just before the bridge we should have Uruk, who then sells the camels. So he should be right here. Unfortunately he's not yet spawned in, which is a bit annoying. So I'll just give it a couple of seconds. There we go. There's Uruk Master Tamer. So we've got the camels. There we go. Actually, I'm going to put these guys separate because these are from vendors. And there are 3 more vendors that would be in the Pirate Bay area. So this is where Uruk is. You kind of come out this way and just go around until you get to Uruk. Now, let's go over here. This is the little Pirate Bay area, which has 3 vendors. And to get to it, you will have to climb. Gonna wait for things to load in again. So it should be somewhere up there on that cliff. There's another little thing up there in front of me, but that's not the one we want. It's this one right there at the top of that cliff. So I'm just gonna use the fly command just to get up there quicker. However way you want to get there, you can either climb from the bottom up or come from the top and drop down, whichever way you prefer. It makes no difference. You'll know you're in the right spot because right at these steps right there you have 2 level 3 NPCs, tier 3 NPCs that tend to be archers primarily. So you can come up this way if you want. There is a bit of climbing involved. And over here we have 3 vendors. So the first one I'm going to go to is Owen the Beautiful, who sells the spider eggs. So buy one of those. And this is what the spider egg looks like. Next up we will have Koros the Brave. We'll get the shoe billig from him. So this is what it looks like. And finally, I'm going to probably butcher this. It's Ignatus the Greedy, who has the Sand Reaper eggs. There we go. I'll put that there. So these are all the pets you can find in the world. There are, of course, 2 more pets that you can obtain, and that would be from the Midnight Grove dungeon. So I have made a video for the dungeon itself, but I will go back in it just to show you where you can get them. Now from the Midnight Grove you can get the saber as well as the bear. This is where you can get the potion to get into the Midnight Grove, and it requires feral flesh to buy it. Of course you can learn the recipe to make the potions yourself, but I'm lazy, and so feral flesh is quite easy to get. I will just buy the potion. So obviously once you buy the potion, you want to use it really quick because it has a very short spoil timer. Once you've used it, it will take you into the dungeon itself. I'm going to show you the path that I take when I do the dungeon. Obviously, there will be, I think, 4 bosses. Yes, there's 4 bosses that you have to go through. I'm only going to do the bosses that I need to in order to get the pets out of the dungeon. Obviously, I'm just going to run through everything and ignore everything else because it's not about the dungeon this video. This is about the pets. So I don't really care about anything else at this current time. The dungeon itself is quite nice. It has a lot of stuff to look out for. These wolves, though, they are a proper pain. I find them the hardest to deal with just because they tend to be hidden behind bushes and stuff. And they do also sunder, which is not a good thing. That's kind of annoying. And they can, of course, stack up sunders on you, so not fun. So as you can see, we do have a bit of latency going on, which is always something that will make playing this game very interesting. There you go, you just saw a wolf that was hidden behind bushes. Things are still loading in. So this is the first boss. We're going to have to go through it just to get to the next section. The bosses themselves take damage quite easily. They can dish out quite a decent amount of damage as well. As a FYI, I normally bring in a thrall just because it is a lot easier for me to deal with them. The thrall can tank them while I put out the damage. If you have the Sword of Crom on the thrall will do a tremendous amount of damage to these guys and pretty much make the bosses a walk in the park. So this area right here, we're gonna go to the left. As you can see, there's a little bear painted on the wall or cliff, and we should get to a cave where we should find 2 bear cubs. This would be the cave. This is where the bear cubs tend to spawn. As I said, they do wander around a bit, so do be careful when you do come here. Make sure you are aware of what you are attacking. You don't want to kill the bear cubs. Once you attack the creatures and NPCs in this cave, the bear cubs will freak out and want to run away, so do be very careful. For the moment, they don't seem to be here, but they tend to be towards the walls of the caves, so always look in those areas. I don't know why I can't see them. They must have not spawned in, I'm guessing. Right. Sometimes I do wander outside of the cave, especially if you are engaged in combat with these things right there, with the creatures right there. So I'm going to go and have a look outside briefly. Maybe I can find them. But I am certain that they do spawn in this cave. Alright. I cannot see anything. Right. Okay, well, they're not here. So they must be in the cave. They must have not rendered in yet. So let's go and have another look. They are quite well camouflaged when they are in the cave. They are also difficult to see. So, yeah, that's one of those things you have to pay attention for. Ah, there's one. So there should be 2 bear cubs. Let's see if I can find the second one. Oh, there he is. I can see him. So, yeah, it can be difficult to see. And as I said, they do wander about. So do keep that in mind. So we're going to do the next boss. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as possible. For some odd reason, the increase in speed does not seem to be working. Let's see if I can get it working. I do want to run this cave a bit quicker. Yeah, that's not doing it, is it? Okay, well, let's give this another go. Because we still have a bit of running to do until we get to the sabers. Yeah, nope. Not doing it. Well, whatever. Give it one last shot. It would really help if I could run faster. I am trying to keep this video as short as possible. I do realize it's going to be a fairly longish one because there are a lot of creatures to show. So this one is the gorilla boss. I think he's probably the hardest one to do because he does have like kind of like a combo. When you start striking, he hits pretty darn fast and hard as well. As you can see, he does take damage quite quickly. so not a lot of HP. You can damage him. Of course, I just used the shift delete button just to get rid of him. So over here we're going to go down the right path and follow this path. We should eventually come up to the saber cubs. Before that, we will start seeing some sabers, so that's how you know you are on the right path. Over here should be the... oh, hey, ha. That was fun. So there is one saber cub right here. And there should be another one right there. And that kind of covers it. If you continue from this point forth, you will fight the third boss and then end up to the final boss, which is of course the fourth boss. So that is it for this video, folks. This is all the pets that you can get. I personally like the sabers and bears and the reapers as well. And of course, as a side note, if you're going to run the Midnight Grove dungeon and do the bosses, make sure you harvest them for the shade blooms, because you can use those to make the shade bloom meals for your pets and get a chance of a greater pet. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found this video useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Setopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.